Mirthwood is a challenging game, especially if you're used to cozy games with no RPG elements in them. But I'm here to show you some gameplay along with tips and tricks to make your time in Mirthwood a bit less daunting. This video is sponsored by Vicarious PR, and you can buy the game for yourself by checking out the link in both my pinned comment and the description box. So when you start the game, you can customize your character, and with that, you can choose how your character looks, but also pick your origin, class, and profession. Your origin is where you come from, and different areas are gonna give you different traits. Like, if you are from Velora, you will be more introverted, but if you are from Azora, then you're gonna be more curious. Class-wise, you can either be a royal, a noble, or a peasant. Being a noble, for example, means you are socially more alluring, but that comes at the cost of your armor not being as effective. Or being a peasant makes you more efficient with your stamina, but more awkward in social situations. So these come with a pro and con each. Then you have your profession, with 7 to choose from, each with their own pro and con as well. You can be an herbalist, a tinkerer, farmer, actor, criminal, fighter, or rat catcher. I went with a farmer, making my character grow crops faster, which came at the cost of being more prone to hunger, but that was easy enough for me to balance out. Now, a lot of cozy gamers will be looking to get into this game, and to make the experience a bit less intimidating for you, you have 2 options in the settings menu to make survival and combat easier. You can either pick one to be easier, or make both of them be a little bit easier for yourself. With that in mind, when you start your game, the red bar is for your health points. These will drop when you are hit by an enemy. Mead and health potions can help you get some of these points back. The yellow bar is your stamina. This will decrease as you sprint and do various activities like chopping trees and mining for ore, and you can restore that using a stamina elixir. Then you have the orange bar, which is your hunger. This will drop throughout the day, and filling it is pretty easy. You can do so by eating food, which can be bought or foraged or made yourself. However, as the day progresses, you will get tired, and you're gonna see the bar starting to get a black barrier that stops them from fully replenishing. To get rid of that barrier, you can sleep, and if you're short on time, you can nap to get rid of some of that barrier. The game is gonna introduce farming early on, and you do have seasonal crops to buy at the town. You can visit North Dell to get all sorts of crops, as well as drawings for some things like stable and a coop, and this is also where you can buy barn animals. Back to farming though, the process is pretty easy. You till the soil, you plant your seeds, you water them, or you can have the rain do that for you because the game rains pretty often, and then you wait for their harvest. Crops are a great way to make some cash along with making food to keep that hunger bar full. You can also use the ledger in town to check what the market value for items is, and then use that to your benefit because you're gonna sell things when they are in higher demand, and that means that you're gonna make more revenue for them. Before we get to the next tip, hello you gorgeous human being, it's Miss Bubbles. If you're finding this video helpful, squish the like and subscribe button so we can smack the algorithm right in the face. Another thing to keep in mind is that when you're trading, there are some people that won't sell anything to you based on the way that you look. So for example, this guy refused to show me his wares because I don't look dirty enough. I think wearing clothes with the peasant trait would probably have been better and would let him interact with me. As you traverse the world, there are a few things to keep in mind as well. Whenever you see letters scattered around, make sure to read them and be intentional about it. Many will give you quests that will be added to your journal, while others will add a bit to the game's lore. Yes, you have some voice acting and cutscenes here and there to explain the lore to you, but most of the time, you're gonna have to do the reading for yourself, so pay attention to these letters. You'll also find a notice board in town where you can get some quests. Also, villagers will have some requests for you, so whenever you see a villager with a bubble on top of their head, make sure to talk to them. You're gonna notice that clicking on a quest in your journal won't make the game track it for you. So to track that quest, press F on your keyboard to track it. This will bring yellow circles on your map that give you an approximate location of your objective, but keep in mind that many quests still won't give you that circle, so again, you're gonna have to read that journal entry and see where the quest is telling you to go. And as you traverse the world, you'll unlock the names of different areas as well as icons to give you an idea of what's located where. You'll also come across some fast travel points, so you can quickly fast travel from one area to another. And as you're venturing out, you're gonna realize that the town is safe and cozy, and so is your home, but everything else is full of monsters, werewolves, bandits, thieves, and so much more. The moment that they see you, they're gonna attack you, and the game is not gonna gatekeep places from you based on your level, so make sure that you're always well equipped with health potions and ready for battle. You can either use your bow for long range combat or your sword for close range combat. You can block attacks using both both of these weapons, but if the enemy uses a heavy attack, you're still gonna get hit. You can use a light or heavy attack using your sword, and you can dodge while using either weapon. My best tip is be patient. Let the enemy do their thing, then quickly hit them back. You can also use your surroundings to your advantage and explode red barrels to tremendously harm enemies. Just make sure that you're not in the way. And if you tend to panic, you can just run and use your bow to drain some of the enemy's health, and if all comes to failure, simply sprint and run away. Now, to make yourself a little bit stronger, you're gonna have to upgrade your armor. So to do so, visit the blacksmith in the town. He's gonna tell you that he lost his hammer. You can find that hammer on top of the tree by hitting it with your bow. Then you can pick it up and give it to him, and the next day, you're gonna get access to many blueprints and toolkits that will give you better tools, weapons, and armor. Once you get these recipes, make sure to click on them in your inventory to learn them. And keep in mind that the majority of these recipes need a lot of iron and steel bars, and these can be collected throughout mining ores, or you might find them in barrels throughout the world. And if you're not finding any, just simply go to caves and you'll get some resources there as well. So anytime you see a bandit camp or a thief or a new location that looks interesting, make sure to be nosy and be always well prepared. Rummaging through chests and barrels and hidden nooks and crannies will reward you. But when you're in town, be careful of looking through people's stuff, because that's gonna count as stealing and it will decrease your morality. However, if you want to make up for that lost morality, you can simply donate to one of these statues scattered around the world and make that morality back. And speaking of gathering items, you're gonna find plenty of forageables around the world. Make sure to pick them up because you can eat them sometimes for fast health points. It's not a lot, but the main purpose of these is to make yourself some health potions and stamina elixirs. And you're gonna notice that if you depend on buying these potions, it's gonna get expensive very quickly and you're gonna be losing money for nothing. But as you carry more and more stuff, you're gonna realize that the game is letting you pick up some stuff at times and then telling you you can't carry others. So this is the inventory system in this game. It's divided based on the category of the items. You can carry 8 materials, for example, 8 food, and then I think 4 weapons. So once this category is full, you can pick up other things that fit into other categories, but not the specific one that is full for you. Thankfully, you can create some chests using iron and wood, and that's gonna make everything easier for you to manage, so make sure that making a chest is gonna be your priority. And while we're on the farm making our chests, we can also freely place items wherever we want them to be, whether it's on the inside or the outside. You can also move these massive trees around freely. Not only that, but you can also upgrade your house and fix it using the sign right on your door. But you can also change the way that your house looks on the inside by clicking this sign here. This one is very easy to miss. Everything needs plenty of wood and stone, so make sure you stack up every day. Make sure that before you go to bed, use that stamina bar fully. Anytime that I had any energy left, I would make sure to go around, chop trees, and mine for stone. And these are gonna respawn back both on the farm and outside pretty quickly, so make sure you're on top of that. Now, this is an RPG, which means you have different skills that you need to level up. And this game follows the formula of the more you do something, the more XP you'll earn. So the more you kill enemies using your bow, the better you're gonna become at archery. Or the more locations you discover, the more XP you're gonna earn in survival. If you gather ore and wood, then you're gonna get more XP in trading, etc. Each time you level up, you're gonna get extra bonuses, which make you more proficient. And eventually, you will gather skill cards that can even add more bonuses to your character's skills. And following up on the RPG element, Mirthwood's world is gonna shape up based on the decisions that you make. So when you're traversing, make sure to save often, and you can do so thankfully anywhere at any time, and you never know when you're gonna be prompted with a decision that can have massive repercussions. So make sure that your save's coming, and that way, if you do any mistake, you can simply reload the game. Watch this video next if you're wondering whether or not Mirthwood is gonna be the game for you. Thank you again to Vicarious PR for sponsoring this video, and a special shout out to my YouTube and Patreon bubblies who make videos like this possible. And a special thanks goes to the games I mentioned, Jake Logan and Stephanie, for going the extra mile. Until next time, stay bubbly.